Welcome to episode 2 of Debunkified, if I keep that title. Anyway, so this series is where I take an already existing YouTube video and look at it and see how wrong it is and try to explain it. So, in this one, this guy basically says, he has questions for atheists. Basically, where did the universe come from and why? And I'll just start with that. The and why shouldn't be there if you're asking an atheist. They don't think there is a and why. So I don't know why that's in the question. But where did it come from? Well, let's say it came from the universe. But I'll explain that later. But that's it. The universe came from a different universe? This universe? Nothing? But anyway, but I'll go further into his questions, which are basically has 3 or 4 different scenarios that he thinks atheists think, which is a bit presumptuous and he's a bit wrong as well. Because he's like, either matter has always existed, which is impossible, he kind of says, or a being has created matter, which atheists think are impossible, or matter created itself from nothing, which is impossible. He keeps saying which is impossible. Or a higher power created matter from nothing, which pretty much already said that twice. But, so he's like, so that means atheist thinks it's impossible to be here, because this is what atheist thinks. But he doesn't know what atheists think, because there is a very good theory of, it's called something from nothing. Let me actually check that. Something... Not something for Kate. Yeah, something for nothing. I watched it a few months ago. It's 7 months old now, so it's in my brain. And basically, it's a 2-hour journey into, not exactly, but how something can come from nothing. And you can go watch it if you want. Just look up something from nothing. There's one made in like the 70s, but this is like a much updated version. Anyway, so basically, let's simplify how you can get something from nothing. If there is, let's say, a complete vacuum, and not just a vacuum, but a lack of gravity or anything affecting anything, like that will spontaneously make something. You might be thinking, that doesn't make any sense, but that's just because you haven't studied physics enough yet. Do you know what I'm talking about? So, it's not just, oh, we got a vacuum so stuff will start appearing. It's like, yeah. So watch something from nothing and you'll understand, hopefully, how the universe can come out of nothing. So yeah. And at the end he says, he basically assumes atheists are atheists because we're angry at Christians for the weird teachings. But there's plenty of atheists that have never met a Christian in other countries, I imagine, or don't know the Christian teachings, or were raised in Russia or somewhere that, I don't know, although from some other religion. So I don't know why he went on that little spiel. And I didn't become an atheist because the Christian teachings were evil or something. Although they pretty much are. But, well, not all of them. Some of them. So, yeah. Alright, so let's summarize. Well, it actually says, yeah, we're mad at God. It's like, no, I don't really believe in God, so you can't really be mad at something you don't believe in. It's like being mad at the tooth fairy. You're not mad at it, you're just like, it doesn't exist. I'm annoyed that people miseducate their children and teach them not to believe in science, basically. It's annoying, but that's got nothing to do with God. That's to do with people being stupid enough to teach their children about invisible creatures. Including the Easter Bunny. Anyway, So the universe came from nothing. There's no why. There shouldn't be the question why. Why did it happen? Because if there's nothing, something will form out of it. And that doesn't mean inside of a can of peanut butter, because that's not nothing. There's air in there. Oh, I just watched this stupid video. Why isn't there something spontaneously coming out of the peanut butter? It's like, that's not the definition of nothing. There's air, gravity, all sorts of radio waves going through. So you can't really go, let's get a big ball of nothing and watch another universe come out of it. Because we don't currently have the shielding technology to shield the universe. And there'd already be all the dimensions working on it anyway. So let's just say that's how something comes out of nothing. And there's a really good explanation for it. Just watch the 2-hour thing between Richard Dawkins and some other guy. Because Dawkins doesn't really know about the origins of the universe. He just knows about evolution. So you really need to watch some physics stuff for that. Anyway, I'll cut this off here. And that's the explanation. Because learn physics. The main point is that you got the list of stuff that atheists don't believe in wrong, because something coming out of nothing is a possibility. I mean, that's just the headline. Alright. Laters. Catch you next week, or whatever. Bye.